Skadoosh. Alright, so this is the tale of a self-saboteur. Alright, so that's
starring yours truly.
That's all I got for intros, bro.
Lunatic, birth, government name, Chris Amick. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm the definition of like just getting in my own way. Alright, so
big fucking time.
I was fortunate enough at one point in like you know, when I first started rapping, pretty much, actually. I first started rapping for like public consumption, like put music out. I've always rapped. But like, I was lucky enough to secure a record deal with Ice Age Records, and at the time, they was actually pretty lucrative. They was a good label. You know, you had shit like Shake Your Laffy Taffy, Shake Your Laffy Taffy. That came off Ice Age. Mike Jones.
8004.
You know, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all want me. Like that's who I got signed to.
As you can see, it was hot.
It was hot. So like, I was like, man, and I ain't ever had much. So like,
damn.
So I was like, when that happened, I was on cloud 9, right? You couldn't tell me nothing. Like I was the definition of like Kanye around here, in my own mind. You know, not in reality.
Biggest thing, Salem scene.
Oh man, I thought I was the whip, you know. But they told me, the label, as I started recording my first album, said, all right, you go in there. Your first song for the label, we wanted to be the single. Like we want it right away. We want to do a single, push a single. We need something to play on the radio. Like that was the goal. Didn't know if it would happen or not, but like bring us something that is like, you know, a radio friendly song. Said word. So I took about 3 days. I got a hold of them, said I'm ready. They, keep in mind at the time, like they're the ones paying for all this. So this is their money. So they sent me in there, and what I gave them, to this day, still one of my best songs though, but what I gave them for the radio was a song called Good Drugs, Bad Bitches. That's the title of the song.
Yeah. Couldn't go with the Not a Habit track.
A plethora of other shit that I had. This is what I gave them. That's what I went in there and recorded. That's what I did. Song was banging. You should have seen the look on their fucking faces. Because actually, Vince, the CEO, was there at the time. Like, he was actually, he was like overseeing, like he came there to personally watch, because he was like, nah, we're going to see what the new guy does, you know? And like I said, the song was dope. They were not pleased. This was not a good look for me, because you can't push Good Drugs. And they said, hey, can you change the title? Nah, can't do that. I mean, that's the name of the song. That's what I put on the paper at the top, you know, before I wrote it. I can't change that shit. I thought I was being like, I don't know what. Like I said, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was the shit. I thought I was just being
what a rapper's supposed to be.
I was bucking the system, you know. I'm keeping it real. I'm underground, you know. Even though I'm on a label, like I ain't gonna let y'all tell me what to do. In retrospect, one of the worst decisions I've ever made. It really was, because that started a chain reaction of things on that label for me that just. That's a story for another day. But like that just started a chain reaction, you know what I mean? And that was my fault, because they told me clearly what they wanted. Like they wasn't bashful about it.
From a man that can now do birthday songs.
Yeah, but see, like I was young, I was stupid. Like I got signed off my first album, so like in my mind, if I got one record deal, I'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can just get a deal with every album. I didn't know how the shit worked, man. I was blessed. I was lucky. I wouldn't take it back, you know, because I'll always have it on my resume at least. Like, I got an album out of it, kind of. But...
Well, I mean, the tracks still got... They're still there. They're still,
yeah, I mean, like, Cold Ink is the album. Like, that's the record.
Ice Age, Cold Ink. Get it.
You know, but...
Now you guys are in on the joke.
And... Not to make it too long, but to follow up on that, basically, I went through a bunch of rigmarole with that label for a while, and most of it was my fault. It wasn't all them. But, like...
Tell them about the Jersey story, showing up to the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Come on. This is the sizzle.
So after I did the song, okay. So after the Good Drugs Bad Bitches song, okay, like the day after, maybe 2 days after, I get called in. You know, hey, come to the office. I'm gonna have a meeting with the CEO, the owner.
Yeah.
So naturally, I show up in basketball shorts, some basketball shoes, you know, some Air Maxes, and a fucking sleeveless cut-off shirt. Not even like a wife beater. I'm talking like a shirt, you know, like real white boy. Like I cut the sleeves out myself, and like it was like jagged cut. I didn't even do it well. That's how I'm showing up to this meeting. So I should have known, by the way, too. The receptionist looked at me when I walked in, and like, you would think they would recognize their artist when they walk in. She goes, "Who are you?"
I'm here to collect the check.
I said, I'm Loona, and I'm here to see Vince. She goes, "Okay." Like, really? Like, did not believe it.
Like,
so, like,
wait.
but then I get buzzed in, so I go in there, and Vince is sitting there. Vince is like a smooth cat, too. Shout out to Vince, too. I love you, Vince, for real. You're alright. You're alright by me. But, you know, just a suave dude. He had on a suit. I'm talking a 3-piece with a tie.
Excuse me.
You know, like way too expensive glasses. And I walk in, I see that he's sitting there, he's ready to have this meeting. And as soon as I walk in the door, dude, it was Ice Age for real. It got cold. He looked at me though, he went, "Oh, nice to see you dressed up for the occasion." He goes, "You take your job real serious, don't you?" Like, ah, man.
And it was at that moment.
Like, that's like everything clicked at once. I was like, I just fucked all this up. And that's pretty much what happened. In so few words, like,
You know,
I remember him saying, like, the thing that's always been said about me, and like he always said, like, if you would just play the game just a little bit, like, just a little bit, you don't even have to, like, change your shit that much. Like, just play the game some. You would be in a happy place, like in a good place. And I agree with you, Vince, but hey, I'm older now. Learn from my mistakes.
Shit.
I understand, man. It's all love. Like, y'all couldn't really market that shit. So,
No.
it's all good, baby. But that's the story of Good Drugs, Bad Bitches, and how I self-sabotage my legit opportunity to, I don't know, who knows? I may have fucked it up somehow, some other way.
Maybe.
But it was just funny to me how quick it was. Like, your first song. Here you go. Wow. But it's good douche.